leadoff fashion in the opening game by a final score of 5-4, a 2 RBI walk-off double for Macy Hughes. And leading things off for the Wingate Bulldogs is Sarah Stroud. She'll go to work against Nico Ferguson, who's 2-1 with a 4.98 ERA. First start for Ferguson since the opening weekend. We are underway at 2:38 p.m. with a first pitch low for ball one. One and 0 for Ferguson as she works on Stroud. Sights the sign and pitches. And Stroud will wallop it foul down the left field line and out of play. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike. And Ferguson deals. That's upstairs for ball two, 2-1. Ferguson wheels and deals. Line drive foul off of third, 2-2. Stroud, .312 hitter on the season. She was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored in game one. The pitch bounces in the turf, and that loads the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the leadoff batter, Sarah Stroud. Ferguson, 4.98 ERA. The pitch. That's ripped foul toward Davis Street. Bounces up to the parking lot adjacent the old nursing building. Count stays loaded up. Ferguson in the circle. Kennedy Warder catching game 2 today. Normally that honor goes to Ruthie Allen. And in the infield, Dye at third, Solm at short, Harris at first, and Hughes at first. Sierra Rogers plays in left, Natalie Corbin's in center, and Mary Vandergriff's in right. The 3-2. Flipped foul off of first. Do it all over again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, high and outside. 8-pitch walk to start the game for Sarah Stroud. And Wingate has a leadoff base runner for Heaven Manus, who's hitting .352 this season. Working on a 2 for 4 day in game number 1. You get a look at Nico Ferguson's numbers on the season. 19 2/3 innings of work. He's given up 32 hits. First pitch, runner on the move. Warder's throw is well late to Solm as Stroud successfully steals her 20th bag of the season on her 20th attempt. 1-0 to Ferguson. Ferguson winds and delivers. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. Dye looks off the runner to throw the first. Is in time. Textbook defense by Hayden Dye to record out number 1 while freezing Stroud at second. And there's one away. Brings up Savannah Brooks. Brooks 1 for 2 with an RBI in game 1. Ferguson wheels and deals. And Brooks takes low for ball 1, 1-0. The pitch. High to Brooks, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Brooks. No score, top of the first, but Wingate with Stroud on second, a leadoff walk and a steal before a ground ball out. The pitch. That snipped foul off of Carson-Newman's dugout on the first base side, 2-1. Nico Ferguson primarily used in relief this season. The sophomore out of Irwin, Tennessee, a Daniel Boone product. Hasn't started the game since February 5th against Florida Tech. The pitch. Called strike. 2-2. Ferguson won that game. Pitched the first 3 innings. It was a 10-0 win for the Eagles. 5 hits of 3-inning shutout ball. And since then, she's primarily been used as a reliever. Lost in relief against Southern Indiana on February 11th. There's a low pitch that's lofted in the air behind the second base bag. The shortstop, Sohm, tracks it down and retires Brooks on the pop-up. So Ferguson gets Brooks to pop up. And it brings up the first baseman, Reeves. Anna Reeves hitting north of 300 for the season. Really works up in the order into the cleanup hitter spot after going 3 for 4 in game 1. Takes a change up in the turf. Throw down to third is in time, but Dye can't sweep the tag to catch Stroud, and she wipes her second bag of the inning. Stroud up to 21 steals on the season now. Bulldogs have a runner on third with a 1-0 count. Ferguson pitches. That's high and outside for ball 2 to Reeves, 2-0. The pitch. That ball walloped deep to left field. Rogers gives it a look, but it's out of the park. Reeves goes yard for the 8th time this season. And Wingate clobbers its 50th home run of the year as a team to take an early 2-0 lead. So Wingate in the driver's seat early thanks to the 2-run jack from Hannah Reeves. The first hit of the day leaves the yard for the Bulldogs. Gives them the early 2-0 edge as McLaurin comes up. The first pitch breaks inside at the belt for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Ferguson deals. That's hit foul back and out of play, 1-1. Wingate really good at hitting the long ball. Not that on display there with Reeves' 8th of the year. The 1-1. Down and away for ball 2, 2-1. Carson-Newman walked off in game 1 with a 5-4 win. The pitch. Hit foul back and out of play, 2-2. Eagles trying to get their first sweep since March 19th when they clobbered Catawba. A combined score 30-0, the 2-2. That swung on, lifted into shallow right center field. A long run for Corbin. It's in and out of her glove. And then Emily Harris was backing it up. She slid and misplayed it. And McLaurin is off to second. Off of 2 errors on the same play. Actually, just the 1 error. Won't charge Harris with an error as we get a look at the replay in the booth. That was an impossible play for her to make. Brings up the pitcher, Scott, who takes off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. Ferguson, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. McLaurin stands on second. Ferguson wheels and deals the 1-1. And that drops low for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Ferguson deals. Swing and a line drive hit to center field. Corbin back to the warning track. She reaches up and grabs it on a shot from Scott that would have been a home run at every other park in the league, save for this one in Lincoln Memorials. But a 2-out blast from Reeves gives Wingate an early 2-0 lead. Corbin, Solman, Harris will try to get it started for the Eagles when we return to the Vic after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard or thinking about it that it's a great opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
2-0, Wingate leads Carson-Newman as we come to the bottom of the second inning, as the Eagles will have to contend with Haley Scott for the Bulldogs in the circle. Scott, 55 2/3 innings. She's 6-3 on the year, and she bounces the first pitch past Corbin for ball 1, 1-0. Scott, tough to hit. Sub-200 batting average both against right-handed and left-handed hitters. It's her 9th start of the season. The 1-0. Bounced in the turf again, 2-0. Right-hand hurling, Haley Scott, and again, Jamie Stancliffe certainly has options in her pitching staff. A lot of different arms, they can kind of chain things together. Complete game's a bit of a rarity, the 2-0. Corbin flips it foul onto Davis Street to the left, 2-1. Scott being caught by Hannah Stevens behind the plate. Third to first, the Bulldogs go Manus, Brooks, Stroud, and Reeves. And in the outfield, it's Kale, Lyles, and Swickard. The 2-1. Downstairs to Corbin, it's 3-1. Scott started both games in the field against Queens back on March 29th, but only pitched in the nightcap, and that was in relief. The 3-1. Corbin flashes it foul off of third to load the count at 3-2. Her last start was March 26th against Anderson. Went 5 2/3 innings and took the loss, giving up 7 hits and 5 runs all earned. Walked 1 and struck out 3. The pitch. Corbin will slice it down the left field line. It drops in fair ground and then kicks sideways into foul territory. Corbin perfectly placed, motors into second with a stand-up double. And the Eagles with the leadoff base runner aboard for Leah Sohm to work with. Corbin lofted that one down the left field line and had the nice sideways spin to kick away from Sidney Cale for the stand-up double. Sends Sohm to the plate, who was 1 for 4 in game 1. Swings at the first pitch. It is grounded back to the circle. Turning and checking on third. Scott, no throw there. Her throw to first, way late. It's an infield single for Leah Sohm, and there's runners on the corners. That is absolutely the speed that Carson-Newman has on display, and Leah Sohm chopped it. Scott froze, and the Eagles in business with 2 on the corners, trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the first. That throw miles late to Sohm. After the delayed head turn by Scott, checking on the runner Corbin. Brings Emily Harris up. Her 21st multi-hit effort of the season in game number 1. And Wingate asks for some rosin for Haley Scott in the circle. Gets it. Now she's set to deal to Emily Harris. First pitch to Harris. Sohm on the move to second. The throw went back to the circle, and you can see the bag for Leah Sohm, who steals her 27th base of the season. Second in the league in that regard, top 5 in the country. Career swipe number 76 for Sohm as Harris squares to bunt, pulls it back as the pitch whistles low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. 2-0 Wingate leading here in the bottom of the first, but Carson-Newman threatening. Corbin on third, Sohm on second. Scott trying to work through the early trouble. She deals. And Harris swings, lifts it down the left field line. Long run. It will kick away from the left fielder, Cale, and rattle all the way into the corner. Harris charging around second. She slides in head first to third. It's a 2 RBI triple for Emily Harris, and the Eagles tie the game. First triple of the season, if you can believe that, for the fleet of foot, Emily Harris. She slices it down the left field line. A diving attempt made by Cale, and it kicks into the corner, and the Eagles tie the game easily. Go-ahead run on third now for Macy Hughes, who takes the first pitch, strike 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out. Harris 60 feet away from giving the Eagles the lead. The pitch. Hughes whips it off at third. Foul, 1-2. Well, this far from the only action here on the banks of Mossy Creek today. Eagles winners in game 1, 5-4 in walk-off fashion. Carson-Newman baseball collects a 9-2 win over Limestone in game 1 of their doubleheader. That guarantees the Eagles a series win. Last we heard, Carson-Newman men's tennis, here's the 1-2, bounces in the turf for ball 2. Carson-Newman men's tennis and Wingate in the nationally ranked showdown were tied at 2. Women's tennis down 3-1 to the Bulldogs. That matchup also a nationally ranked showdown. Here's the 2-2. Hughes swings, line drive. It's off the glove of a diving Brooks at short. Hughes, a wide turnaround first. She pulls the chute as Brooks recovers and collects it, but not before Emily Harris scores standing, and the Eagles lead it 3-2 in the bottom of the first inning. The hits pouring out of this one early for the Eagles. 4th hit of the day for the Eagles, and brings up Hayden Dye. Nobody out. Hughes on first. Scott deals. And Dye checks the first pitch. Foul back to the backstop. 0-1. So a 2 RBI triple for Emily Harris, an RBI single for Macy Hughes. And the Eagles have responded from that 2-run blast from Reeves to take a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the first. The 0-1 on the way. Dye flares it foul back and out of play. 0-2. Dye 1 for 3 with a single ripped back up the box in game number 1. Scott comes set and delivers the 0-2. Bounces in the turf. It kicks away from the catcher, whose throw to second goes wide. A wild pitch advances Hughes. Great job by Stroud at second, backing up the throw as it sailed over Brooks' glove. So Hughes takes second on the wild pitch. This pitch, Dye will flare to right. Swickard reaching down, grabs it. Her throw to third will bounce up to Heaven Manus. That lets Hughes amble over to third. A productive out for Hayden Dye. The first out of the inning for the Bulldogs, and Carmen Holt to the plate. Eagles trying to play add-on. Holt hitting .345 this season, a 1 for 3 effort with an RBI in game number 1. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Hughes on third. Eagles with 3 across here in the bottom of the first. The 0-1. Outside at the handles for a ball, 1-1. The pitch. Holt swings, bounces it back up the middle. That's a base hit. A seeing eye single squeaks through the heart of the infield for Carmen Holt. It's an RBI single at that. Macy Hughes scores standing. And the Eagles lead it 4-2 in the bottom of the first. Well, that ball just had eyes. Back up the middle, sneaks underneath the glove of Scott and packs the outstretched gloves of both the shortstop Brooks and the second baseman Stroud. And Wingate is set to make a change. Sydney Kale is making her way in from left field. I would presume she is set to pitch after she took the loss in walk-off fashion in game number 1. So Kale is the new pitcher. And Scott will head into the outfield. And she will play in right, it would appear. So you've got Scott moving to right. We'll get you the rest of these changes here in a moment, with the Eagles leading 4-2 in the bottom of the first inning on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
All right, Sydney Kale is into pitch, and her first pitch to Mary Vandergriff is hit foul to the right and out of play, 0-1. The other defensive changes, the right fielder Swickard moves to left, and Scott goes from pitcher to right. Kale comes in from left. So you got that triangle. They all just move around. And here we go. Kale the 0-1. Vandergriff tips it foul back. Look from the catcher, but it's out of play. Nothing in 2. Stevens raced to the backstop, but didn't have a play on it as it went out. 1 out in the inning. Carson-Newman has scored 4 times off of 5 hits. 2 RBI triple for Emily Harris. An RBI single for Macy Hughes, and an RBI single for Carmen Holt. Vandergriff squares this pitch up and hits it foul off of third. It's nothing in 2. Sydney Kale, 73rd innings of work on the season, 6-9 the record, with a whip of 1.14 and an ERA just north of 3. The 0-2. Vandergriff takes high for a ball, 1-2. And you can't complete the line on Scott just yet. She's still responsible for Holt on first. Only records 1 out. The 1-2. Vandergriff sits on a pitch outside, ball 2. The 2-2. Downstairs for ball 3. Count loaded up on Mary Vandergriff. Working with Holt on first. Kale deals. And Vandergriff takes low for ball 4. So Kale issues the free pass on her first batter faced. And it brings up Sierra Rogers. Rogers trying to keep the line moving. She had the big pinch hit blast to set up the comeback, and she takes a first pitch strike to begin this at-bat, 0-1. Rogers, the first pinch hit home run for the Eagles since Michaela McCarthy had one against UVA Wise last year. Before that, you got to go all the way back to Cassie Elliott in 2010. The 0-1. Rogers takes it for a strike, 0-2. 4 runs off of 5 hits in the inning. Eagles up 4-2, counteracting that 2-run moonshot from Reeves for the Bulldogs. Here's a changeup. Rogers swings at it. Soft pop up to second. That doesn't trouble Stroud, and Rogers is retired. 2 away as the Eagles send a 9th player to the plate this inning, and it's Kennedy Warder. Warder was 1 for 3 with a run scored in game 1. And the first pitch to her is bopped into foul ground along the right field line. It drops between Scott and Stroud for strike 1. The pitch. Hit on a line to right, sinking quickly, and it drops in front of the right fielder, Scott. The throw is way up the third base line. Vandergriff slides in, and the Eagles add to it. It's 6-2. It's an RBI single to right for Kennedy Warder, and then an E9 to move her to second. Vandergriff scores on an E9 throwing error. And Carson-Newman pads its lead with the miscue. And out from the dugout is Jamie Stancliffe to have a word. Wingate has brought in a new right fielder, and everybody is in for the Bulldogs. Eagles up 6-2. Carson-Newman. Warder will drive in one off of a bloop single to right. She's actually going to get credit for a double there because that was a tough play for Scott. And then it's going to be a throwing error by Scott that allows Vandergriff to come in on the play. So Alyssa Hall is the new right fielder. Natalie Corbin comes up, swings at the first pitch and hits it foul back to the left and out of play, 0-1. 6-2, Eagles lead. A 6-run first inning off of 6 hits for Carson-Newman, the 0-1. That's on the edge of the zone for strike 2, 0-2. So far, the Balls have had eyes for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first. A 6-run inning for Carson-Newman. The 0-2. Corbin takes outside for a ball. 1-2. Well, Corbin's the one that started this game for the Eagles. She hit a double down the left field line and came around to score this inning. The 1-2 pitch. Corbin takes a called third strike, and that is the inning. But the Eagles do damage. 6 runs off of 6 hits, an error in the inning. And Carson-Newman takes a 6-2 lead to the second inning here on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer. You're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team.
6-2, Carson-Newman leads as we come to the top of the second inning. A 6-run bottom of the first for Carson-Newman. The Eagles make up the deficit. Wingate got this game started with a Reeves 2-out, 2-run blast in the top of the first, but the Eagles counter with an 2 RBI triple for Emily Harris, RBI singles for Holton Hughes, and a Warder RBI double that also scores a run on an error. Sydney Kale starts off the inning by taking a first pitch strike up. Felt up in the zone, but it's in there according to home plate umpire Tatum Chadwick, and it's 0-1. Ferguson, the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Ferguson coming up on her 30th pitch. She wheels and deals a changeup that drops low for ball 2. The pitch. Kale flips it foul off of third and out of play. 2-2. Kale hitting north of 300 on the season. The 2-2. Carson-Newman thought it had a called strike 3. Instead, it loads the count at ball 3. 3-2 pitch, low for ball 4. So much like the first inning, Ferguson starts it with a free pass. And Kale stands on first base for the catcher Stevens to work with. Anna Stevens, 0 for 3 in game 1 with 2 strikeouts. She looks at a first pitch low here, ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Stevens waves over the top of it. It's 1-1. The 1-1. High for ball 2. Six-2, Carson-Newman leading here in the top of the second inning. Ferguson brings the 2-1 plateward. That's taken low for ball 3. Ferguson, 37 pitches, 17 in the zone. In danger of issuing back-to-back walks to start this top of the second inning. Ferguson winds and delivers the 3-1. Swung on, bounced to Die at third. She throws to Harris for 1. Covering second, relay to first isn't in time. And it goes down as a fielder's choice for Stevens. Well, it was a long run for Emily Hare. She was playing deep in the hole at second, and it took her a minute to get to the bag. And then her throw to first nearly beheaded Sydney Kale. Regardless, it goes down as the first out and brings us to Reagan Lyles, who swings at the first pitch. Deep fly ball to left. Rogers to the wall. She looks up, and it's out of here. Reagan Lyles, second home run of the season. 51st of the year for the Bulldogs. And all of a sudden, this is a 2-run ball game. A deep drive to left for Reagan Lyles out of the 9 spot. And Wingate trying to counterpunch. First pitch to Stroud is in there for a strike. 0-1. Underway at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex in the final game of the series between Carson-Newman and Limestone. 0-1 drops low for a ball, 1-1. And Harrison Travis has produced a 1-0 lead for the Eagles on a sacrifice fly to center field to give Carson-Newman a 1-0 lead in the final game of that series. Here's the 1-1. Bounces off the plate, 2-1 to Stroud. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Ferguson sights the sign and pitches. It's a bouncer foul off of the facing of Wingate's dugout on the third base side, 2-1, or 2-2, pardon me. Carson-Newman, winners in game 1, 5-4. The Eagles are looking for their first sweep of Wingate since 2018. The 2-2 bounces in the turf. That loads the count at 3-2. Teams split the regular season meeting in Wingate last year with the Bulldogs winning game 1 4-1. Eagles rallied in the nightcap to win 8-7. The 3-2 tipped foul to the backstop. Keeps the count loaded up. Carson-Newman would go on to win in the SAC tournament last year. The quarterfinals over the Bulldogs 7-3. Eagles angling for a 4th consecutive win in the series. The pitch swung on, bounced to third. Dye fields it off of a high first hop and rolls it to first to Hughes to put away Stroud, 5-3. Turns it over to Heaven Manus, who grounded out to third her first time up. for 1 on the day. Ferguson deals and Manus swings. Drives it right to short. Routine for Salm, whose throw to first beats Manus by 3 steps. So, another home run. Lyles goes yard to left. And the Bulldogs chop the lead down to 2. It's 6-4 in favor of the Eagles. We come to the bottom of the second inning after these messages. Salm, Harris, and Hughes look to keep the lumber rolling for Carson-Newman here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Leah Salm leads off the bottom of the second by taking a first pitch strike from Sydney Kale, and it's a 0-1 count to Leah Salm. Kale on in relief in this game. 17 pitches, 12 strikes. She deals. And Salm steps out of the way of a pitch inside for ball 1. Swing and a miss. On a pitch down, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leah Salm. Kale wheels and deals. Salm swings, pops it in the air to the right center field alleyway. No trouble for Lyles, who settles under it and retires Salm on the fly ball. 1 away. Emily Harris to the plate. So Harris stands in. A 2 RBI triple her first time up. And the first pitch is bunted back to the circle. Kale charges. Throw to first is in time on a bang-bang play to the second baseman Stroud covering. Put out works 1-4 on the bunt attempt. And there's 2 away. Kale was ready for it. And that's why that one had a prayer, but that looked to be a tie on the replay that we saw. Brings up Macy Hughes, who lines the ball right at the shortstop, Brooks. She can only knock it down, and Hughes is aboard with an infield single with 2 out. 7th hit of the day for Carson-Newman, as Hughes ripped a line drive at Brooks, and she could only react to knock it down. Eagles keep the inning rolling, leading 6-4 in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Dye is taken for a ball, 1-0. The pitch finds the zone for a strike, 1-1. Dye, a fly ball out to right her first time out. It was a productive out, moving a runner over to third base. Stands in, waits the 1-1. Here it comes. Dye pops it up, first base side, twisting foul, and looked to be out of play, but the wind blows it back in play. And Hannah Reeves makes the grab just to the right of the third base bag to finish off the inning. So the Eagles go quietly. A 1-out or 2-out single from Macy Hughes, and the Eagles unable to play add-on. It's 6-4, Carson-Newman after 2. Brooks, Reeves, McLaurin to the bat rack when we come back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
I get my power from my co-op so I can put my energy into my family.
Into waking up the neighborhood. Latte for Christine.
I get my power from the co-op so I can put my energy into planting seeds for a brighter future.
Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, power to your community, for your community, so your energy can go into the things that matter most to you.
My 69 Camaro.
Who powers you?
AEC, the right call for your energy needs. Let us help you score success.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
6-4 Eagles leading Wingate. It's Brooks to lead things off for the Bulldogs here in the top of the third inning. Brooks popped up to short her first time up, and she takes low for a ball to begin this at-bat, 1-0. Nico Ferguson closing in on the 50 pitch mark in this one. The 1-0 is popped into the air once more to short. Salm plays her position and makes the soft grab to retire Brooks. One away. First time that Wingate hasn't let off an inning with a walk. And it brings up the first baseman, Reeves. Reeves went yard her first time up. The first pitch to her drops low for a ball, 1-0. 6-4, Carson-Newman leading. Eagles scored 6 times in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-0. That is taken at the belt outside for ball 2. 2-0. Wingate has scored 2 times in the first, 2 times in the second. Here we are in the top of the third. Bases empty and 1 out. The 2-0 drops low to Reeves. 3-0. Carson-Newman, a 2-run triple from Emily Harris. RBI singles from Hughes and Holt. The 3-0 on the way. And that finds the zone for a strike at the belt to Reeves, 3-1. And then Kennedy Warder gets an RBI double, and Mary Vandergriff scores on a throwing error in right. The 3-1. Called strike 2. Reeves moves back to the on-deck circle on the third base side. Takes a practice cut. Awaits a payoff pitch. Ferguson has battled back after throwing 3 straight balls to begin the AB. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nico Ferguson gets Reeves to wave on it. Ferguson's 13th strikeout of the season, and there's 2 away. Brings up the designated player, McLaurin. First pitch to McLaurin, bounces in the turf for ball 1. McLaurin, she's 0 for 1 today. Reached on an E8 her first time through. Ferguson, the 1-0. Taken in tight, belled high, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Wind blowing out towards center field under overcast skies here at Mossy Creek. Ferguson rolls the 2-0 to the plate. And it's downstairs for ball 3. Been a pleasant day. Temperatures in the upper 50s, the low 60s. Nice day to be outside and watch some softball. Ferguson the 3-0. That finds the zone for a strike at the knees, 3-1. Ferguson closing in on her 60th pitch of this outing. She's given up 2 hits. They've both left the park. The 3-1 pitch. Taken for a strike at the belt to load the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Ferguson trying to become the first pitcher to face the minimum across the doubleheader today for Carson-Newman. The 3-2. Swinging a ground ball to third. Dye stoops to field. Low throw to first. Scooped up by Hughes. Inning over. For the first time today, the Eagles send the Bulldogs packing in 1-2-3 fashion. It's a 6-4 lead for Carson-Newman as we make our way to the bottom of the third inning. This is Carson-Newman softball on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials from pens to phone chargers are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Sydney Cale back to work in the circle for Wingate, and her first pitch to Carmen Holt finds the edge of the plate for a strike. 1-0-1. Cale, an inning and 2/3 of relief work. She's given up 2 hits and a run. It was unearned. The 0-1, way upstairs to Holt, 1-1. Holt, an RBI single. Her first time up, a seeing eye single squibbed back up the middle. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Cale delivers, and the lefty misses outside for ball 2. 2-1. Left-hand pitching has not been something that Carson-Newman has had to contend with a ton this season. The 2-1. Holt swings, line drive into center field, sinking quickly but not quick enough as Reagan Lyles drops to a knee and makes the grab at about knee height. Holt struck it well, but just right at Reagan Lyles, and there's one away. Brings up Mary Vandergriff. Vandergriff walked her first time through. The first pitch is hit foul. Backing out of play, 0-1. Speak of contending with left-handed pitching for the Eagles this season. Carson-Newman just with 40 collective at-bats against left-hand pitching. That pitch bounced in the turf for a ball, 1-1. Eagles pretty good against lefties. Granted, Carson-Newman, you're top 5 in the country. You're going to be pretty good against everybody in terms of a team batting average. 1-1. That is hit by Vandergriff into center field. Lyles retreats and makes the grab with her heels on the warning track. And that retires Vandergriff on a well-hit ball. 2 away. And it sends Sierra Rogers to the plate. The Eagles as a collective are hitting .425 this season against left-hand batting. Again, just 40 at-bats coming into today's doubleheader. Conversely, the Eagles have 951 at-bats against right-handed pitching. Sierra Rogers swings at the first pitch. Line drive into the gap in left center field. That'll bounce and roll all the way to the wall. Rogers motors into second. She's got a stand-up double as Lyle's throw reaches the cutoff Stroud. And Carson-Newman in business with another 2-out hit. Hughes had one in the second, but she got stranded. Kennedy Warder will try to keep it rolling for Carson-Newman. Warder's 1 for 1 with an RBI double. Cale delivers, and Warder takes for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. The pitch Down and away to order. 2-0. Kale won't go down as a left-handed starter. The only lefty starter that the Eagles faced was against Erskine. Back at the end of February. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Warder tardy. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. 6-4, Eagles leading, bottom of the third. Rogers stands on second after a 2-out double. The 2-1. Warder fights it foul back into the right, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Over at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, Henry Jackson has hit an RBI double to give the Eagles a 2-0 lead on the Saints in game 2 of the Twin Bill. The pitch. Warder chases a rise ball high. She's down on strikes. Kale's 89th K of the season. And the Eagles strand a runner in scoring position in Rogers at second base. 6-4, Carson-Newman still leads it after 3. All 6 of Carson-Newman's runs scored in the first, but the Eagles have been quiet against Kale since. Hall, Kale, and Stevens will try to ignite things for the Bulldogs after these messages on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
6-4, Carson-Newman leads it after 3 innings here at the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex. Adam Cavalier, glad you're with us. Our camera crew today, Zach Tellup, Brianna Witt, and Katie Denton. Richard Martin running replay for us, and Mia Toribio, our director today. First pitch to Alyssa Hall is low for ball 1. Hall, her first plate appearance of the doubleheader. She was a pinch runner in game 1, a defensive sub here in game 2. The 1-0. Swing and a bouncer foul off of third, 1-1. Well, something happened somewhere on campus. I hear distant screams. So either something really nice happened at baseball or something really nice happened at tennis. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball to third. Dye gets it off the second hop and cranks to first in time to Hughes to put away Hall 5-3. Aiden Dye has been busy. Fourth 5-3 put out of the day that she's been required to make, and it brings us to Sydney Kale in the order. First pitch to Kale, drops low for a ball, 1-0. Kale swings at this pitch and fouls it off of third. Bounces on Davis Street, 1-1. Kale walked her first time up. Good crowd on hand for this one. A bunch of folks have gathered to watch it on Davis Street. Primarily associated with the football team. 1-1. This is laced to center field. Long run for Corbin as the wind grabs it, but Corbin chases it down, racing to the warning track in the left center field alleyway. Well struck by Sydney Kale, but Corbin with the wheels to run it down. And there's 2 away in the top of the fourth. Eagles leading 6-4 with the bases empty. Corbin showcasing every bit of her speed there to make that play. And the feel from the football guys on the Davis Street. Not so great as they chuck in a foul ball that was errant. A bit ill-timed there. Not sure which one threw it. As Stevens stands in, and the catcher takes the ball to begin the at-bat, 1-0. Stevens reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run her first time through. The 1-0. Hit foul to the backstop, 1-1. 6-4 ball game in favor of Carson-Newman. We're in the top of the fourth. Wingate scored 2 in the second and 2 in the third. Two in the first and 2 in the second, pardon me. Both off of home runs. Those are the only 2 hits of the day for the Bulldogs. The 1-1. That's a strike at the knees, 1-2. Lyles and Reeves are the long ball lovers for the Bulldogs in this one. Meanwhile, Carson-Newman scored 6 times off of 6 hits in the bottom of the first. The Eagles just have 2 hits since against Sidney Cale. Ferguson steps off the rubber. Time called, and Ferguson pitches upstairs for a ball, and it's 2-2. Apologies for the conversation at our crowd mic. You get to listen into somebody needing ice. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, hit high into the air down the left field line. It's twisting foul. Rogers goes over to the fence. She reaches up, grabs it, and bangs into the fence. Sierra Rogers makes the out, and Ferguson retires the side in consecutive fashion in back-to-back innings. After giving up that 2-run blast to Lyles in the second, Ferguson has retired 8 in a row in order. 6-4 Eagles lead as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Top of the order due up for Carson-Newman. After this on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard and thinking about it that it's a great opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Natalie Corbin leads things off for Carson-Newman in the home half of the fourth inning. The first pitch she gets is in tight for a ball, 1-0. Well, if you hear some random screams off in the distance, they're likely coming from the Buddy Catlett tennis courts. Carson-Newman's men's tennis team and the Bulldogs tied up 3-3 as Corbin swings, slices a ground ball to short. Stumbling is Brooks as she comes to her feet, and Corbin will leg out an infield single on a late throw. Brooks just a smidge of a stumble as she came to her feet. Sohm bunts it foul, and it's 0-1. Corbin on first. Eagles looking to play add-on. Leading 6-4 for the Eagles in the bottom of the fourth. Cale the 0-1. Sohm swings. It kicks off of Corbin. Dead ball, and Corbin out on the play on interference. Hard luck for the Eagles, and she's out. Sohm hit it, and it just kicked off of Corbin on her way through. One away for Emily Harris. Pitch upstairs. Sohm on the move to second. She steals the bag successfully. Pitch was low for ball one. And the Eagles have a runner in scoring position with one out. And a 1-0 count to Harris. She's tripled and grounded out. 1-0. Harris swings and misses. 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Sohm on second. The pitch is a changeup. Harris pokes it into the alleyway in left center field. That's in for a base hit. Harris charging into second. She has a double. Sohm scores standing, and it's a 7-4 lead for the Eagles. Emily Harris's 13th double of the season. And she plays that on off the 10th hit of the day for Carson-Newman. 7-4, Carson-Newman leads it. And Macy Hughes to the plate. First pitch to Hughes is popped foul. Backing out of play. 0-1. Hughes working on a 2-for-2 day. 2 singles. She's singled to short and singled through the left side. The pitch. Hughes will pop it in the air to center field. It hangs up. Lyles will snag it. Tagging from second is Harris. She goes to third. The throw's in time. She's out. It's a double play. Lyles flashes the cannon. An 8-5 twin killing. Finishes off the frame, but the Eagles do get one more across. Harris, an RBI double, scores Leah Sohm. And it's a 7-4 lead for the Eagles as we head to the 5th on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Carson-Newman takes a 7-5 lead into the 5th inning. Lyles, Stroud, and Manus for the Bulldogs here in the frame. And Nico Ferguson has been cooking. Last person to reach for the Bulldogs was Lyle. She homered. The first pitch is swung on a miss, 0-1. But since that home run, Ferguson has set the Bulldogs down 8 consecutive. Ferguson gets the sign from Warder and delivers the 0-1. Downstairs for a ball, 1-1. One ball, one strike. And Ferguson deals. Tipped foul. The backstop, 1-2. 7-4, Carson-Newman leading. Eagles with a 6-run first. And an RBI double from Emily Harris in the 4th. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch downstairs. Strikeout completed to first with the throw from Warder. And it's 9 consecutive retired by Nico Ferguson. hadn't started a game since the opening weekend of the season, and she has pitched well. Lineup turns back to the top of the order for Sarah Stroud, who takes the ball low, 1-0. Stroud 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Ferguson wheels and deals the 1-0. That drops low for ball 2. The 2-0. Swinging a line drive into center field. That drops in for a base hit. Corbin over to cut it off. That saves extra bases. And Stroud finally gets somebody aboard for the Bulldogs. A one-out single. Bulldogs' first base runner since the second. That's the first hit of the day for Wingate that has stayed in the park. And it brings up Manus. Evan Manus, 0 for 2 today. Top hitter in the order at 347. Runner takes off. Warder double clutches her throw, and Stroud, she was always going to be safe. Third stolen base of the day for Sarah Stroud. He's up to 22 on the season. One out, runner in scoring position. The 1-0 to Manus. Swinging a line drive, that drops into center field. Corbin over to the alleyway to cut it off. Throw to second is in time but off target. Manus slides in with an RBI double. Stroud scores from 2 bases away, and the Bulldogs have made it a 2-run ball game. After Nico Ferguson retired 9 consecutive, back-to-back strongly hit balls for the Bulldogs, will chase her from the game, and the Eagles will give the softball to Morgan Baker-Sellis. Baker-Sellis was able to log the win in game number 1, and she'll be called on in relief here in the nightcap. So Morgan Baker-Sellis on in relief in what is a save situation if she can hold it. Tying run at the plate for Wingate. Down 7-5 in the top of the 5th. A strikeout start of the inning, but Stroud with a strong single to center. Manus a double to center. And Wingate seemed to finally figure out Nico Ferguson. Baker-Sellis' first pitch to Brooks is high for a ball, and it's 1-0. Savannah Brooks is 0 for 2 today. Hit 2 soft pop-ups to short. The 1-0. Changeup hits at the belt for a strike, 1-1. Let's not forget Morgan Baker-Sellis last year against Wingate was called on in relief in game 2. She struck out 10 in a 5 1/3 innings relief effort. No strikeouts in relief by an Eagle this century. The pitch. That buckles at the belt for a strike. It's 1-2. 1 out. Manus on second. 7-5 Eagles leading, top of the 5th. Back to a 2-run game after Manus' RBI double. The 1-2. Swung on, popped into the air, right side of the infield. Hughes calls everybody off at first, and she makes the grab 3 feet in front of the bag to put away Brooks. 2 away. That brings up the first baseman, Reeves. Reeves with a home run to her name today. She's also struck out. Plays in front of the plate. First pitch is bounced through the left side of the infield, a base hit. Rogers up with it in left, cut off by Baker-Sellis. It's an RBI single for Reeves. She drives in her 3rd run of the day. and it's a 7-6 ball game. A 2-run top of the 5th for the Bulldogs. A bouncing ball through the left side. And it brings up the designated player, McLaurin, who takes the first pitch strike to begin her at-bat at 0-1. 7-6, pardon me. Carson-Newman leads Wingate. But the Bulldogs have the tying run on base here in the top of the 5th. The pitch, that finds the zone for a strike, 0-2. Well, you can close the book on Nico Ferguson. 4 1/3 innings of work, 4 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. The pitch well upstairs. That'll move Reeves over to second on the wild pitch. Warder was jumping and couldn't get a mitt to that one. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. 1-run lead for Carson-Newman. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a pitch down. It gets away from Warder. Throw to first is in time. That was a long throw for Warder, but she put it on target to Hughes to complete the strikeout and end the inning. Carson-Newman maintains its lead. 7-6 Eagles. Dye, Holt, and Vandergriff to the plate for Carson-Newman. After this on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer. You're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team.
First pitch to Hayden Dye, drops low for ball 1. That's 1-0 to Dye. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Eagles leading the Bulldogs 7-6. The 1-0. Kale finds the zone for a strike, 1-1. Hayden Dye, 0 for 2 here in the nightcap. She's fouled out to first and flied out to right. Kale, her 50th pitch of this relief effort on the way, and the lefty has it hit in the air to right, sinking quickly and dropping and bouncing past the right fielder. It rolls into the corner. Dye motoring for 3. She's got a triple. Alyssa Hall was racing in. It kicked in front of her, bounced past her and to the right with some side spin, and Hayden Dye ends up with a leadoff triple as a result. Hall was playing back, and it was a long run. Bounced past her, and Dye gets 3 bases as a result. Brings up Carmen Holt, who takes low for ball 1. Carson-Newman looking to tack on some insurance after Wingate scored twice in the top of the 5th. Holt's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. The 1-0. Holt swings, grounds it to second. Dye coming home, high throw to the plate is in time. Carson-Newman clamoring that the ball was dropped, but it stayed in Stevens' glove from what I saw. Michael Graves is talking things over with the officials. Present standing. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice any way you slice it, is we get a second look, and it would appear tag applied before Dye could slide in and put her hand on home plate. We've got another look at it upstairs here in the booth. It was a high throw. Dye was going to be out anyway. And if Dye had managed to sweep her hand in earlier, she's absolutely safe. But Stevens was able to land. She snow-coned it. And unless the argument is that the ball was out, and they change it, she's safe. I do not know if I agree with that one, based on what we saw up here. But Carson-Newman erupts. We've got another look upstairs. High throw, absolutely. If it's an on-target throw, Dye is out all the way. And the only question I have, we're blocked on the view up here, is that when the ball or when the tag was applied, she's out there. There's no question. If the ball's moving when that tag is applied, and that might be what's at issue here. We've got a second angle from up top, and it does look like the ball moves a little when Stevens is applying the tag. That's the only thing that I can see that would cause them to overturn it. Now, we don't have replay here available for the umpires to check on. They cannot use what we are watching up here. But it sure looks like Stevens holds on to the ball there. And certainly, Jamie Stancliffe has reason to be upset based on what we're seeing. I don't think I'm off base for saying that. That ball doesn't look like it's coming out, and the tag was absolutely applied in time based on what we've seen. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice regardless. And she's safe. So Carson-Newman catches an absolutely massive break on that play. An RBI fielder's choice for Carmen Holt, and it's an 8-6 lead for the Eagles. Brings up Mary Vandergriff. You write that one down. That could be a massive difference maker in this one. Kale pitches to Vandergriff, who swings at the first pitch and flies it foul off of first and out of play, 0-1. 8-6 Eagles lead, an RBI fielder's choice for Carmen Holt. Scores Hayden Dye on what we'll call a controversial play. The 0-1. Vandergriff swings, soft flare down the right field line, and it turns foul. Started fair, lands wide of the stripe. It's 0-2. Vandergriff has walked and flied out to center. Kale. The 0-2. Vandergriff swings, pops it foul, and it gets away from the catcher, Stevens. Probably should have been an out. But Vandergriff lives to see another pitch. The pitch. Vandergriff smashes this one into center field. That's a base hit. Station to station go the Eagles as Holt strides to second. And there's 2 on and nobody out for Sierra Rogers. The Eagles trying to keep the line moving. Rogers 1 for 2 today with a pop-up to second and a double to the left center field alleyway. Kale winds and delivers. Low for a ball, 1-0. 8-6. Eagles lead. The pitch. Rogers. Line drive right to the left fielder, Swickard, and she has it in her sights and makes a shoulder-high grab to put away Rogers. One away. Sends Kennedy Warder to the plate. Warder's 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a strikeout. Kale delivers to her. And Warder swings and misses. A touch tardy. 0-1. Kale up to 4 complete innings of relief work. Has given up 7 hits and 3 runs, 2 earned. The 0-1. That's hit in the air to right. Bit of a run for Hall, but she'll snag it to put away Warder. 2 on, 2 out. Line up back to the top of the order for Natalie Corbin. 1 across in the inning on an RBI fielder's choice on a controversial play where initially Hayden Dye was called out coming home. But then that call flipped and said safe on a ground ball from Carmen Holt. Natalie Corbin to the plate, swings at the first pitch and fouls it off of third out of play. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. 8-6 Eagles lead, bottom of the 5th inning. 8 runs off of 12 hits for Carson-Newman. Here's the 0-1. Corbin squares to bunt, does end up keeping it out there for a swinging strike 2. Over at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, Carson-Newman up 5-1 on Limestone in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kale set for the 0-2, and she pitches. Corbin steps out of the way of a pitch in tight, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Eagles looking for more insurance. Holt and Vandergriff on the base pass after the RBI fielder's choice and the base hit for Vandergriff. The 1-2. Corbin flips it foul back and out of play behind home plate. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. 8-6 Eagles leading. 6 in the first for Carson-Newman. A run in both the 4th and 5th innings. Kale set for the 1-2, and she pitches. Corbin takes upstairs for ball 2. Counts even 2-2. Carson-Newman trying to play add-on more. Wingate hit a 2-run home run in both the first and second inning. Reeves and Lyles doing the damage. Then got an RBI double from Manus and an RBI single from Reeves in the 5th. The 2-2. Corbin will flip it down the left field line. It's landing in foul ground, and that'll keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corbin. Multi-hit effort for her. A double, a single, and a run scored. The pitch. Corbin. Line drive right at the first baseman, Reeves. She scoops it up and makes the out herself. Corbin smoked it, but Reeves able to handle it. So the Eagles score once with controversy to extend the lead to 8-6. We head to the 6th inning. Hall, Kale, and Stevens to the plate for the Bulldogs when we return after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Newman, head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials from pens to phone chargers are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
8-6, Carson-Newman leads Wingate as we come to the top of the 6th inning. Bulldogs have hung 3 crooked numbers, 2 in the 1st, 2nd, and 5th innings. And Alyssa Hall will look to get things started here in the 6th against Morgan Baker-Sellis, taking a pitch upstairs for ball 1, 1-0. Baker-Sellis on in relief of Nico Ferguson. After Ferguson got the start, and she is in line to win it if Baker-Sellis can keep things going. That's a nice changeup and swung on and missed. Hall way out in front, 1-1. Hall has grounded out to third today. 3 hits and 20 trips to the plate this season. The pitch misses low for ball 2, 2-1. Wind blowing out to center field. Eagles leading 8-6. Carson-Newman won in walk-off fashion in game 1, 5-4. Here's the 1-1. Change-up bites at the belt for a strike, 2-2. Now, if you wonder why the center field camera is shaking if you're watching on the stream, it's not because it's that windy. It's because our photographer, Adam Green, is making his way up the steps. There's a swing and a miss on a changeup. Warder completes the strikeout with a throw down to first. Hall is down on strikes. And Baker-Sellis has fanned back-to-back batters in this relief effort. We do apologize for that center field camera jimmying a bit. Thanks to our photographer, Adam Green's wonderful footsteps. Brings up the pitcher, Kale. The first pitch to her is a check swing foul back and out of play, 0-1. Kale has walked and hit a deep fly ball to left that was grabbed by Rogers. Baker-Sellis sights the side, delivers the 0-1. Misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty, top of the 6th. Carson-Newman 8-6 leaders on the Bulldogs, looking for their first sweep since March 18th. The 1-1. Change up, misses low, 2-1. 8 runs off of 12 hits for Carson-Newman. Eagles hitting .389 with runners on base, 6 for 15. That's 400 with runners in scoring position. The 2-1. Off speed and low for ball 3. Wingate's taken advantage of their opportunities, too. They just haven't had as many of them. 4 for 10 with runners on base, 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. The pitch. 3-1 misses inside for ball 4. So Morgan Baker-Sellis issues what is just her 2nd walk of the season. And the Bulldogs have a 1-out base runner for the catcher, Stevens. If you do the math for Wingate, you like where you are in the order here in these late innings. With 8 and 9 due up here, and they've been productive. Stevens takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. Stevens has a run scored today. Is 0 for 2. She's hit a deep foul out to left that Rogers made a great play on, slamming into the fence and grounded into a fielder's choice. The 0-1. Flipped foul back and out of play, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Kale on first for the Bulldogs, trailing Carson-Newman 8-6. Here in the top of the 6th. Bulldogs took the early lead 2-0 in the top of the first off of a Reeves 2-run home run. Then the Eagles scored 6 times off of 6 hits in the bottom of the first, and they've led ever since. Granted, Wingate has had answers. Outscored the Eagles 4-2 since that inning. The 0-2. Swing and a foul tip into Waters. Mitt Stevens is down on strikes. 2 away. It brings up the 9-hole hitting Reagan Lyles. Lyles hit her 2nd home run of the season earlier today. She's 1 for 2 with a bomb and a strikeout. Baker-Sellis deals at the knees, outer black, strike 1. This is a save situation for Morgan Baker-Sellis. She's got exactly one in her career. There's a swing and a foul ball hit to the right and out of play, nothing in two. That save came back last season in 2021. He's been exclusively used as a reliever this season as Baker-Sellis, and she's 3-0 in relief. Here's the 0-2. Poked foul back into the right out of play. Count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. 8-6 Eagles lead, top of the 6th. Bulldogs with a base runner and Kale on first. Baker-Sellis, the 0-2. Change-up, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Morgan Baker-Sellis strikes out the side while working around a walk. She's fanned 4 in relief. And the Dogs will have the top of the order due up. And they come to bat in the top of the 7th. Meanwhile, the Eagles will try to extend things. Sohm, Harris, and Hughes to the bat rack for Carson-Newman, looking to pad a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 6th. You're on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Leah Sohm leads things off for Carson-Newman in the home half of the 6th inning as Kale pitches and Sohm bunts it up the first baseline. Charging is Reeves. Her throw to first, not in time to Stroud. And Sohm bunts herself aboard. A multi-hit effort for Leah Sohm. And Carson-Newman gets the leadoff batter aboard and sets the table for Emily Harris. Just a perfectly placed bunt by Sohm. Her 16th multi-hit effort of the season. Harris bunts third baseline. That wall just dies. Harris bunts single. She's on first before the third baseman Manus can even get to it. 2 on for Macy Hughes. And Carson-Newman fired up after the small ball tactics work for Sohm and Harris. Hughes will try to keep the line moving. Kale pitches. Swung on, bounced foul off of third. Michael Graves got his left hand to it. Only could knock it down, though. Got to grip it if you're Graves. That was a routine ground ball. Should have had it. 0-1. I don't care that he's barehanded. Got to make that play. 0-1. Hughes. The pitch upstairs, 1-1. Hughes has an RBI single to her name. She's also flied into a double play. The 1-1. Runners on the move. Double steal. Will bounce all the way into left field. 2 runs trying to score. The throw to the plate is not in time. Carson-Newman scores twice on a double steal. Interference called on the catcher Stevens to allow the second run, Harris, to score from first. And Harris clips Stevens coming through. She's shaken up. It's 10-6 Eagles. The throw was in time, but Stevens called out for interference. Or Stevens called for interference, and that lets Harris score. So you've got the double steal. And then the throwing error as Stevens is helped up. What allows the 2 runs to come in unearned for the moment. 10-6, Eagles leading. 2-1 to Macy Hughes. And some conversation between Jamie Stanclift and home plate umpire Tatum Chadwick. And let's see what the Bulldogs do with Stevens. Is she able to stay into the game, or you have a new catcher? It would appear she is okay after a big collision with Harris. It's a 2-1 count to Macy Hughes. Nobody out, bases empty now. After a double steal and some hyper-aggressive base running, probably paid off better than Carson-Newman could ever imagine for 2 players on the NFCA Shut Sports Top 50 watch list for the Player of the Year in the country. 2 balls, 1 strike to Macy Hughes. (10-6) Eagles leading on a crazy double steal. Jamie Stanclift is back out of the dugout to have a word with this umpiring crew.
We have a 2-1 count here on the official score.
Two balls and 1 strike to Macy Hughes. Carson-Newman dugout fired up. Kale pitches, and Hughes takes upstairs for ball 3. Gotta wonder about Sydney Kale here. She's had to wait a long time between throwing pitches. Comes set for the 3-1. Hughes checks her swing. Should be ball 4. Appeal, yes, she did come around. There you go. That loads the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kale delivers, and Hughes fights it foul to the right. 3-2. Sydney Kale, 6 pitches deep in this at-bat. She's up to 75 pitches for the day. Up 9 hits, 5 runs so far, 2 earned. The payoff pitch. Hughes will rope it down the left field line. Fair ball. Extra bases for Macy Hughes as it bounces its way to the fence. Swickard scoops it up. It's a double for Macy Hughes. Her 3rd hit of the day. And the Eagles stay in business. (10-6), Carson-Newman leading. And Michael Graves is going to pinch run Mari Robbins for Macy Hughes. So Robbins stands on second. And Hayden Dye. will amble into the right-hand hitter's box. Dye's 1 for 3 today. Tripled her last time up. She'll swing at this pitch and hit it foul onto Davis Street. A valiant effort by a fan to reach up and make a play on it. But it skies over his head and down the road. The 0-1. Dye swings, bounces it off the glove of the pitcher, Kale. Ricochets to the shortstop, Brooks, and her throw to first is in time to put away Dye. But a productive out. It advances Robbins over to third and brings up Carbon Holt. 10-6, Eagles leading. First pitch to Carmen Holt. Drops low for a ball, 1-0. A double steal and a throwing error allows both Harris and Sohm to score. Harris scores because of obstruction by the catcher. Here's the 1-0. Holt fists it foul to the right, now to play, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 10 runs off of 15 hits for the Eagles. 1 error, 6 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Bulldogs. The 1-1. Holt watches it slide by outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Kale. Gets the sign from Stevens and pitches. And Holt flips it foul to the right, now to play. Holt, she has singled up the middle, lined out to center, and driven in a run with controversy on that RBI fielder's choice back in the 5th, where Dye probably should have been ruled out at the plate. The 2-1. Holt sticks the bat out at it, lifts it into foul ground along the right field line, and it drops to keep the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Mari Robbins on third base. Bunt singles for Sohm and Harris jump-started the Eagles in this inning. A double steal and a throwing error scored them. Granted, they would have scored naturally on Macy Hughes' double. The 2-2. Holt whacks it foul off of first, turning out of play to keep the count at 2-2, and just missing the child of former Carson-Newman second baseman Jessica Morgan, who's taking a nice stroller ride up the path to the field. The 2-2, that's upstairs to Holt. 3-2. Certainly a reunion of sorts here. Jessica Morgan in attendance. Haley Caldwell has made her way back to the Volunteer State from the Mountain State. Good to see a couple of former Eagles in attendance. The payoff pitch. Holt swings, a rip right back up the middle, base hit, RBI. Carmen Holt with her 3rd RBI of the day. And Carson-Newman extends its lead to 11-6. Michael Graves has his lineup card out. I believe he's making another change for a pinch runner. Holt will exit for Grace Laws to run for her. Carson-Newman's dugout, high energy all the way. Mary Vandergriff will try to keep it moving. Carson-Newman leading 11-6. 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kale delivers to Vandergriff, low for a ball, 1-0. Grace Laws pinch running at first base. Eagles up 11-6 on the Bulldogs. 11 runs off of 16 hits for the Eagles. The 1-0. Vandergriff cranks it into the right center field alleyway. That's extra bases. Vandergriff motoring into second. She's got a stand-up double. Laws charging around third. She slides in feet first. It's an RBI double for Mary Vandergriff to the right center field alleyway. Laws scores from 3 bases away, and it's a 12-6 lead for Carson-Newman. And Jamie Stancliffe is out of the dugout. Lineup card in hand. It appears that Sidney Cale's day has come to a conclusion. New pitcher for Wingate, presumably. The first batter that the new hurler will face off with will be Sidney Rogers. So, the flex player, Swickard, is coming out of the game from left field. And that will mean that Cale is going back to left. Rachel Kutcher is back into throw for the Wingate Bulldogs. So Kutcher will replace Swickard. And she will deal to Sierra Rogers. So you got Hall still in right. Lyle still in center. Cale goes back to left. That's where she started this game. And the infield's still the same. Manus at third, Brooks at short, Stroud at second, Reeves at first, Stevens is catching. Cale out of the circle for Kutcher, who got a no decision in game one. First pitch to Sierra Rogers, a titanic pop-up, turned down the left field line, foul. Well, here's the thing. Rogers goes yard, it's game over. Eagles would walk it off via the run rule. 12-6 Eagles, leading in the bottom of the sixth. Kutcher pitches. And Rogers takes blown away for a ball, 1-1. Kutcher, 56 1/3 innings of work. No decision in game one. 6 1/3 innings, gave up 9 hits and 4 runs. The 1-1 offering on the way. And Rogers takes for ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Vandergriff stands on second. A 4-run bottom of the sixth for the Eagles. A double steal and an error. An RBI single for Holt, an RBI double for Vandergriff. And Carson-Newman threatening to end this early. Kutcher, the 2-1 pitch. Rogers fights it foul to the backstop, 2-2. Rogers was the last batter that, the second to last batter, I should say, that Kutcher faced in game one. And Rogers tanked a pitch to left off of her. Kutcher, the 2-2. Rogers swings, tips it foul. It's into Stevens' mitt, a strikeout swinging. 42nd strikeout of the season for Rachel Kutcher. And it sends Kennedy Warder to the plate. Warder's 1 for 3 today, looking for a multi-hit effort to go with her double from the first. Swings at the first pitch, bounces it back up the middle. That's a base hit. Vandergriff gets the wave around second. Warder steams into second herself, and it's a 13-6 lead for the Eagles off of an RBI single for Kennedy Warder. Second RBI of the day for Warder. And it's a 13-6 lead for the Eagles. Brings it back to the top of the order. Natalie Corbin to the plate. Eagles have sent 9 to the plate this inning. Got your pitches, and Corbin hits it foul off of first, 0-1. Corbin has a multi-hit day, a double and a single. She struck out looking and also was retired on a hard line drive out to first. 5 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th for the Eagles. The pitch upstairs to Corbin. It's 1-1. High energy out of Carson-Newman here late. Trying to leave no doubt in this doubleheader and earn their first sweep of Wingate since 2018. Kutcher brings the 1-1 to the plate. That's a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Carson-Newman in the driver's seat, leading 13-6. 5 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 more and it's game over. The 1-2. Corbin takes it inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Eagles with 13 runs off of 18 hits, including 6 knocks here in the bottom of the 6th alone. Kutcher deals the 2-2. Corbin swings, pops it up, foul off of third, and oh, what hard luck. Manus should have had the out, but there were 2 Wingate reserves who were sitting on buckets outside the dugout. They impede Manus's progress, and Corbin lives to see another pitch. They were scrambling. That's why Manus doesn't make the play. That is hard luck for Wingate, and Wingate has been unlucky in this one. An obstruction call at the plate, probably the right call, let's be fair, but the fielder's choice that Holt scored in the 5th absolutely should have been an out. It's felt like the Eagles' balls have had eyes here in this one. The 2-2. Inside to Corbin. Loads the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 13-6. Eagles leading bottom of the 6th. 1 more across and it's game over. The payoff pitch to the plate. Corbin swings a little cue shot. Bounces in front of Manus. Foul off of third. Manus was sliding, and when she slid, it looked like she just came to a dead stop in the turf and maybe knocked the wind out of herself as well. Manus stumbling, and when she hit, she just came to a dead stop. Gets up, shakes herself off. Hard luck for Heaven Manus. Probably 2 foul outs that could have been had in this at-bat, but Corbin still at it. 8th pitch of the AB coming up. The 3-2 on the way. Corbin swings. It's in the air to left, sinking quickly. It drops in. Extra bases for Natalie Corbin. Game over. Kennedy Waters scores, and Carson-Newman walks it off via the run rule. 14-6. Eagles win it. A walk-off RBI double for Natalie Corbin. Eagles score 6 times in the bottom of the 6th to win it via the run rule in the nightcap. Kind of odd that you get a run rule win and a save, but that's what happens for Morgan Baker-Sellis as she deals the final frames to get Carson-Newman to a 14-6 run rule win in the nightcap over the Bulldogs. For our entire crew today, our director, Mia Toribio, our replay operator, Richard Martin, as well as our camera crew, Brianna Witt, Katie Denton, and Zach Tellep. I'm Adam Cavalier. Thanks for joining us. Once again, the final score from the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex. Eagles back on the winning track with a 14-6 triumph in the nightcap and a pair of walk-off wins over Wingate here at the Vic. For our entire crew, I'm Adam Cavalier. Thanks for joining us. Next softball games next Wednesday against the Lee Flames at 1 p.m. We'll talk to you then. Till then, keep it on SeeingEagles.com/live. Head over to the baseball stream. It's a 5-5 ball game in the top of the 6th inning between Carson-Newman and Limestone. We'll talk to you next time. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and good night, everybody.